So the clouds have parted for one day this week. We have had so many gloomy, rainy days, and it's been really getting to me. So the sun is shining, and I just feel it. It feels so good. But we have another rainy day tomorrow, so we're gonna come out and be outside for as much as we possibly can. I'm gonna see what I can get done on our chicken run. It might just be me thinking things through as I do. Sometimes I just have to start putting things together before the real idea comes.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many.
All right, now to make more progress on our chicken run, I decided that I could probably do this by myself since there wasn't going to be any huge heavy lifting that I would need for my husband. So I went ahead and got started without him while he was working.
Can you hold this up? Rowie, come here. This one right here. Row, come hold it. So Junie on this side and Row on this side, and I'm gonna drill it at the bottom. So you come on this side, you go like that so it doesn't tip over. There you go.
I always go into a project with confidence in myself that I can build this. I looked at a few pictures of chicken runs that I liked and that I wanted to try to mimic in some way, but not exactly because our terrain and our situation is a little different. But in the end, I know there's always a little bit of a risk when I'm the sole person building because as I tend to be pretty efficient, I oftentimes forget to look far in the future and miss things. But then I do like to remind myself that oftentimes, even when Nate and I are both super planned and prepared in doing a building project, that something comes up anyway. So I just figured, well, hey, I can't give up this perfect day to build the chicken run. So I'm just going to go for it. We have lumber, we've got it ready to go. So what I decided to do was we have the base here that we put together a few weeks ago, and then I'm just going to put like a runner board all along the bottom, and then from the base I'm putting up and attaching the posts for the side walls of our coop, and then I will attach that all to the chicken coop so it will be nice and sturdy.
All right, so I got the base and the walls up, the frame, whatever. I did bust out the level eventually for that. Now I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna go around the top. I'm just gonna think through it for a little bit longer, and then I'm just gonna start going for it.
Doing this top board was actually super difficult to do by myself. But I didn't really have any other option. My kids weren't tall enough to reach, and I was a little nervous about having them around because I did actually drop a board several times. But I ended up finding a strategy, and the strategy was that I would pre-drill one screw in halfway so it was ready to go, and I would set the other side of the board on top of the standing up posts to kind of hold it in place.
I think we're okay.
And then I would carefully lift up the side that had the pre-drilled screw in and attach it to the post on the right side. And sometimes like just the drilling part would make the whole board just fall off as it made our level fall off and I kind of broke it. So here it is, me trying several times, and it was really hard and my arms were like getting super tired. But in the end, I got this front row all done and leveled it out and it looked really good. So as hard as it was, I only had to do this a few times, and then the whole top panel was finished.
Okay, that was really difficult to do by myself, but I got it done, and I don't even know if I trust our level anymore. It fell off when I was drilling, and it like kind of broke, so we're gonna be doing a little more eyeballing now, but that's okay. Now I think I'm gonna do the side, and then we'll do the back. I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
Just kidding. I ended up doing the back first. I don't even remember why I made that decision. Maybe it was so that the front panel and the back panel was all finished, making it easier to make a clean, direct slant line from the front to the back, knowing where it was going to end. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, I got all along the top on every side done. Rebecca and I cut our first piece for the top. And then baby woke up, and so we got everyone situated. Kids are playing in the mud kitchen, and I really wanted to get something done that needed to be done, especially when the soil was wet and easy to dig. And that is to move these grape plants. There it is. So if you've been with me since the very beginning, I planted these grape plants over by our berry patch, which is clear over there and the very front, and I just felt like I wasn't taking care of them over there. They were getting somewhat neglected. And I also want to have something to shade our rabbits here. I do think I'll plant a shade tree by the chicken coop and the rabbits here, but I think along the back here it might be nice to have some grapevines to kind of end the garden rows. So this would be like the last row of the garden row. Our soil, when it's dry, it gets so hard. So while it's wet, while we've had all these rainy days, I'm gonna get these grape plants planted. So I hope I can take better care of them here and create a better trellis system for them this year. That's another goal this year, you guys. Trellises for blackberries, raspberries, and grape plants. Oh, yesterday was the warm before the storm, huh, buddy? I'll cover this.
Typically, our mornings look like breakfast, getting morning chores done, and then getting started on schoolwork, school projects, reading, and all of that. But whenever there's a beautiful, snowy morning, things change just a little bit. Chores still need to be done, animals still need to be fed, but I just let the kids play outside for as long as they want to. Usually the older ones play out for several hours and the younger ones trickle in as they get cold fingers or the gloves inevitably fall off. So this morning as the kids were out playing, I decided to make myself some tea. I purchased this strawberry mint plant and it is so good in tea and I add it to everything. So I enjoyed myself a nice hot cup of tea while I watched the kids play out inside in the snow, and it was so peaceful. Just kidding. I actually sipped my tea for a few seconds, got hungry, and then shared my breakfast and my tea with my 4-year-old and my baby. But that is how things go around here. Last week, I showed you us doing a test run of our freeze dryer, and it went well. So I decided to put those two chilies, one chili and one soup, into the freeze dryer. There's like 5 trays, so that's like probably 3 nights worth of meals for our family-ish. We'll kind of have to see. And I am now storing them in these Mylar bags that they give you when you purchase your machine and then you put in a oxygen absorber, and then it has this little sealer. So these all kind of come with your machine when you buy it, and when you store it this way, that's what will allow it to store for 25 years. So there's a label on there. I went ahead and wrote down some the different soups or stews that I had made, and we will be storing this for our long-term family storage. One of our trays didn't dehydrate all the or freeze dry all the way, and that was my bad. You're supposed to check it and then give it more time if it needs, and I didn't check this specific tray. So we're still learning, but we're still excited to have a freeze dryer on our homestead.
I don't think it will sink under Dad's weight.
Okay, oh, come on in. Okay, get in the car, guys. We're going. So Danielle wanted clear roofing panels for a cold frame. She accidentally ordered white. So this pickup isn't going to be as smooth as I wanted. I'll have to bring in all the kids and try to exchange the roofing panels for, or the white roofing panels that we accidentally ordered for clear ones.
So my awesome husband offered to take the kids to go and pick up the lumber this morning so that I could have a morning where I can have some peace and quiet and go for a walk and get some time to myself, as he was going to be leaving for the rest of the day doing a long run. So I thought it would be easy because I just thought, kids are all strapped in the car, no big deal. Get the lumber put in the trailer and then just head back home. But knowing that he had to lug the entire crew into Home Depot, exchange these 12-foot panels, all while carting around 5 kids and a baby that's not, he can walk, but he's not gonna follow you anywhere. That just sounded like it would be really difficult. So I'm really grateful to him for doing that and giving me a nice morning. And yes, our lumber pile is getting quite large.
All right, just finished loading all the wood and supplies that we got into the garage, and I think we need to actually finish some projects before we start some new ones because we're running out of space in the garage.
So as things go here in the high desert, we get dumped with lots and lots of snow, cold days, and then several sunny, warmer days that just melt all the snow completely and give us plenty of water, which is what we need here in the desert. But we are definitely left with a ton of mud, like quicksand type mud, which will make for a very exciting and fun project as we try to finish the run next week.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty.